them in the book you're about to hear. Wensley Clarkson, London, 2017. Remember the golden rule. He who has the gold makes the rules. The framed words John Palmer kept on his office desk. Introduction. Las Americas Resort, Southern Tenerife, Canary Islands, July 2006. The pristine skyscraper headquarters of John Palmer's Holiday Island timeshare resort rose majestically above the tatty bars and scruffy €1 shops that lined the nearby sandy beach known as the Golden Mile. The temperature was close to 100 degrees as I stood by the rear of this building next to a small entrance just wide enough for a car to enter. I'd been told by one of Palmer's oldest associates on the island that this led to a treasure trove most befitting such an immensely wealthy and secretive character who'd plundered the wallets and lives of so many people over the previous 30 years. Looking both ways in case Palmer's armed thugs at the main entrance to the building, just 30 yards away, saw me, I took a deep, nervous breath and headed down the steep slope. For 3 or 4 minutes it twisted and turned like a vast subterranean slide, leading me further and further beneath ground level. Occasionally I heard the shrill whistle of the strong breeze coming in off the nearby Atlantic Ocean, or the echo of a car door shutting. At one time this secret opening had provided John Palmer's criminal associates with an escape route whenever unwanted visitors appeared at the double entrance doors to his headquarters above. Many who worked for John Palmer said they were amazed the entire basement hadn't caved in from the weight of the marble-encrusted walls and floors that covered every inch of the ground floor of the main building. As I reached the bottom of the ramp, strips of overhanging neon lights suddenly flickered to life, revealing one of the most eerie sights I'd ever seen in my entire life. I hesitated for a few seconds as I tried to take it all in. There, in front of me, caked in dust and cobwebs, was the largest collection of classic sports cars I'd ever seen, probably worth at least £10 million. Nearest to me stood an iconic 1960s Ferrari Spider, its red bodywork barely visible through the dirt. Then I remembered the words of one of Palmer's oldest associates a few hours earlier. "You won't believe what you find down there. It's incredible. They aren't just old bangers either. They're worth a fortune, and JP's got just about every make and model that matters." I waited a few more seconds, wondering if one of Palmer's henchmen would show up and confront me, but no one appeared. I quickly looked around and then approached the Ferrari, half expecting to find some cobweb-covered human remains in the driver's seat. Then it dawned on me that it was the cars that were the skeletons in this bizarre scenario. They represented all John Palmer's victims, left to rot in a hot, dusty underground car park under the once thriving headquarters of his empire in the sun. My eyes panned from the Ferrari to a beige left-hand drive vintage Mercedes convertible with Spanish plates. There was a right-hand drive James Bond Aston Martin DB5, its gold bodywork also barely visible beneath the dust and cobwebs. Next to that was the sort of Cadillac convertible you'd have expected to see Meyer Lansky driving down the Vegas Strip in the late 1950s. Alongside it was a Maserati and a Jensen Interceptor, followed by a line of other carefully parked vintage cars. But why had John Palmer stashed these vehicles away right under the headquarters of the criminal empire he'd built from so much fear and loathing? Surely he should have sold them years earlier. My Tenerife informant had his own personal theory. I think JP liked being near them. They made him feel secure. Strange, innit? But there was a much bigger clue